Good day, everyone. I am Roselda C. Mansing, together with my group mates Perly Mora and Clara Kunenko. We will present our performance task in Lesson 4.
Hi, it's me again, Perly Mora. So in Lesson 4, Performance Task by Titrad, the number that I'm going to answer are number 1, 2, and 3. So without further ado, let's begin with question number 1. What is the difference between plant anatomy and plant physiology? Discuss thoroughly. The main difference between plant anatomy and plant physiology is the focus of their study. Plant anatomy studies the detailed internal structure of plants in the cellular and molecular level and their functions. This is very useful in the determination of the classification of the plant together with identifying ways. These structures can be used in industry and medicine. Plant physiology looks into the internal activities of the plant. This includes the chemical and physical processes involved in the vegetative development of the plant. Seasonal changes involving dormancy and flowering and controlling reproduction. This is most useful in determining the best manner by which crops can be cared for and in developing ways to ensure the conservation of certain species. So next is question number 2. Enumerate and discuss the function of major plant parts. The major plant parts are flower, leaf, fruit, stem, and roots. So first, I need to discuss the function of flower. So flower helps in reproduction. A flower's purpose is to carry out sexual reproduction in plants by creating male and female gametes. Flowers guarantee that gametes will fertilize to produce seeds, which will aid in plant reproduction. Next is a function of a leaf. A leaf's primary job is to use photosynthesis to make food for the plant. Light energy is absorbed by chlorophyll, the compound that gives plants their distinctive green color. The leaf epidermis, which is continuous with the stem, epidermis protects the internal leaf structure. Next is the function of fruit. Fruit protects the seed, and a primary purpose is to disperse seeds that promote plant reproduction. Therefore, regardless of whatever the fruit is edible, sweet, or soft, all flowering plants yield fruit. Next is the function of stem. The main job of stem includes supporting the leaves, supporting nutrients and water from the roots to other parts of the plant, particularly the leaves, where photosynthesis may turn them into useful products and supporting the leaves. And the last but not the least is the function of root. Water and minerals are taken up by roots, who then transfer them to stems, along with storing food. This serves as a plant supporting and anchor. Number 3. What are the parts found in a shoot system and root system? The parts that can be found in shoot system are flower, leaf, fruit, and stem. And the parts that can be found on the root system are fibrous and top. When you say fibrous, a system that has no dominant primary root, while the top, a system composed of one primary root and make secondary roots that branch off.
Good day, everyone. I am Roselda Mansing, and this video I will present my answers in Lesson 4 Performance Task. The movement of water, nutrients, and food through the plant is facilitated by the xylem and phloem. From the roots to the leaves, xylem transports water and minerals. The food that the leaves have prepared is transported to various regions of the plants by phloem. Xylem is the complex tissue of plants responsible for transporting water and other nutrients to the plants. It also contains xylem vessels, fiber, and tracheids. Xylem is located in the center of the vascular bundle, deep in the plant. Phloem. Phloem is living tissue responsible for transporting food and other organic materials. Mainly contains living cells. Fibers are the only dead cells in the phloem. Phloem is located on the outer side of the vascular bundle. It also bidirectional movements occur. The xylem is responsible for replacing the total amount of lost water molecules through transpiration and photosynthesis. While phloem, it is responsible for transporting proteins and mRNA throughout the plant. The total amount of xylem tissue is more than the total amount of phloem tissue. Xylem are smaller. They are present in roots, stem, and leaves. While phloem, they are present in stems and leaves, which later transport and grow in roots, fruits, and seeds. Annual growth ring. The circular rings on the end of a log or a tree stump are called annual growth rings. A year of growth is represented by one set of rings. There are two different growing seasons, the spring and summer, in each year of growth. Trees carry massive volumes of sap in the spring by utilizing all the moisture in the soil. What do the growth rings show? These rings can provide information about the tree's age and the climate during each year of its existence. Darker rings symbolize wood that develop in the late summer and fall, whereas lighter rings represent wood that sprouted in the spring and early summer. Epidermal cell. The plant's epidermal cells give it mechanical strength and protection because of their close interconnections. Cutin and cuticle are present on the walls of the epidermal cells that make up a plant's above-ground sections. Palisade mesophyll. The majority of photosynthesis takes place in the leaf palisade mesophyll layer. Cells contain a lot of chloroplasts to help them perform this photosynthesis. The palisade cells are closely packed together to maximize light absorption. The spongy mesophyll is to facilitate the exchange of gases, carbon dioxide, required for photosynthesis. Cells in the palisade's mesophyll are more likely to undergo photosynthesis than those in the spongy mesophyll. Stomata are cell structures in the epidermis of the leaves and needles that play a role in the exchange of water and carbon dioxide between plants and the atmosphere. Guard cells are cells surrounding each stomata. They help to regulate the rate of transpiration by opening and closing the stomata. Each guard cell has relatively thick cuticle on the pore side and a thin one opposite it. Process of photosynthesis is among the most crucial ones that enables plants to survive. Green plants convert carbon dioxide and water into energy through a process called photosynthesis. All living things require oxygen to survive on the planet, which is why photosynthesis is crucial for their survival. are able to create food using the sun's energy. This is called photosynthesis. During this process, the plants take sunlight, which is one form of energy, and transform it into sugar, or a form of energy that the plants can use more readily as food. Sunlight isn't the only ingredients that plants need to create foods. There are other chemical compounds in photosynthesis. They also need water and carbon dioxide. And as they create sugar, oxygen is created as a byproduct.
Good day everyone, my name is Clara Arconico and in today's video I will be discussing about the water movements of plants, the factors needed for plants, uh, and the plant growth hormones. So transpiration. So transpiration is the method used by plants to cool themselves. In other meaning or other terms is um, it is the water loss from plants due to evaporation. Then transpiration occurs when the stomata is open or when the stomatas are open. So what have been discussed um, earlier in this video or in the previous presenter, stomata is the small opening on the surface of the leaf that allows gas exchange, and that includes the water vapor. So now let's take a look at this picture. So this is the ano um, inside structure of the leaf. So stomata open to allow carbon dioxide or the CO2 to enter a leaf and water vapor to leave. So as we noticed, the color dark green in the picture, that's uh, the stomata. So near the stomata is the guard cell. So since plants take in CO2 or carbon dioxide, here is the high CO2 content comes in the right side of the picture. Then in the other side also releases oxygen and high water vapor, which the plant um, transpires or uh, it do transpiration, and it passes through the guard cells and the stomata. And now I will be talking about the factors needed for plant growth. So we have here the light, the air, the water, the temperature, and the nutrients. So let's start with the light. So plants need the colors blue and red. So what are these colors have to do with plants? These colors is they need plants need these colors to activate chlorophyll. So the light bulbs are deficient in the color blue, and the fluorescent tubes are deficient in the color red. So special grow lights that that carry the correct blue and red wavelengths. So when you are growing or when you have plants at home or in the and you put it in the indoor, you need this kind of light. So the light is measured in the foot candle. So a foot candle is the amount of light given off by a candle a foot away. So yes, in light there is a photoperiod, which is the length of daylight. So there is a short day plants and a long day plants. So short day plants, these are plants that begin to flower with the night over 12 hours long. In long day plants, these are plants to begin uh, to flower when the nights are under our 12 hours long. So, and they're these neutral plants. So these plants are neither flowering response is unaffected by daylight. In other terms, there is hardiness. This is a plant's ability to withstand cold temperatures and wilting. It is a condition caused by excess heat and dryness. So when plants wilts, it closes its stomata and the cell lose their turgor pressure. Fruit. Then it stimulates flowering and ripening. So this hormone, ethylene, plays a key role in plant growth and development, and it is a major regulator of stress responses. So it inhibits the vegetative growth by restricting the cell elongation and mainly through crosstalk with the auxins. The next hormone is the gibberellins. Um, this hormone is a plant hormone regulating the key process uh, in plants. And many of them are of significant agricultural importance, such as the seed germination, root and shoot elongation, flowering, and fruit patterning. I mean, no, fruit patterning. So gibberellins are plant growth regulators that facilitate cell elongation. It helps the plant to grow taller. So they also play major roles in germination, elongation of the stem, fruit ripening, and flower. So this hormone produced in stems, roots, and young leaves. They are responsible for the uh, internodal elongation. Lastly, the abscisic hormone. So this hormone is found in seeds, and abscisic is a plant hormone that regulates numerous aspects of plant growth, development, and stress responses. So abscisic deficient mutants from various plant species that display a reduced dormancy and wilty phenotypes, highlighting that these crucial abscisic functions are considered in the plant kingdom. So, in response to reduced soil water potential, which is connected to dry soil, abscisic acid is produced. In other circumstances, when the plant may be stressed, abscisic acid is created in the roots. So a plant hormone, this is a plant hormone that maintains the water balance of plants, and I mean it maintains the water balance of plants, prevents seed embryos from